Today's games are brought to you by AE Engine Media and Marketing, AmericanEagle.com, Bag Tags Inc., Bubba Burger, Cliff Kid, Dick's Sporting Goods, Expand a Brand Innovative Branding Solutions, Fusionetics, MLS, Nesquik, Nike, Just Do It, Positive Coaching Alliance, Better Athletes, Better People, Premier International Tours, Soccer Shots, Sunmade, Target, Turbo Sports Group, United Soccer Coaches, Wilson Trophy Company, and Yokohama. Thank you to all of our sponsors.
It was 1935, the year that Elvis and Sandy Koufax were born. It was a year of many firsts, including the first NFL draft, the first Monopoly board game went on sale, Social Security began, and Babe Ruth hit his last home run. In addition to these milestones, the National Junior Challenge Cup was founded in 1935, offering a youth competition for young men in the United States. The cup was later named the James P. McGuire Cup, after the late U.S. soccer president, who himself was quite a standout in his earlier days, winning the U.S. Open Cup in 1929. McGuire would lead U.S. soccer and earn an international reputation as an excellent leader.
The Jim McGuire Cup was started in 1935. It was the only cup that the United States Soccer Federation had for youth players. And it was a very good competition, and I can tell you, I mean, this was the highlight of my soccer career to be a champion in 1954.
This storied cup, now the oldest trophy in youth sport.
It has a history, it has a meaning, I think it has tradition. So I think it's extremely important for our competitions, for all the age groups that kind of emulate the McGuire Cup.
Winning the McGuire Cup is huge, just because all that history that comes along with the oldest trophy in youth sports period, that's really big for us.
Who will write their name in the next chapter of the storied McGuire Cup?
Forget last year. It's gone. Ancient history. It's time to forget about failure and how you came up short, how you missed the mark. Yeah, it's time to forget about the man you should have marked, the run you should have made. Remember that shot you should have taken? Time to let it all go. Forget about it. It's time to go to work.
And I think we now have everyone here. We apologize for any technical difficulties we were having. I had one of the members of the Baltimore Celtic bench come over and inform us that the audio was not coming through. So once again, we apologize for that. But hopefully now everyone can hear me clearly. I want to go ahead and assume that you missed the first 8 minutes of the whole time I was talking. So I guess in essence I was just talking to myself. So once again, apologies. But right now we are here in this 18U Boys National Championship. My name is Griffin Weinberg, and I've been saying all week that you can contact me with any problems that we might be having on the broadcast, or let me know if I've missed anything, correct me on something through Twitter, but obviously you couldn't hear that previously. So you can tweet at me if there are any more problems at Griff_Berg. That's at GRIFF_BERG. That way I will be able to see anything that might be going wrong. So, to pretty much recap everything that I talked about in the past 10 minutes or so, downtown Las Vegas wearing their Navy uniforms, Baltimore Celtic wearing their white and green kits. Right now, Las Vegas looking for a chance. They haven't had too many opportunities so far on the day. It's really been controlled mostly by Baltimore. Making a run for it. Looking up ahead. Going into the box. The slide. A goal kick will be awarded. Devin McCarthy was the one who held the ball last for Baltimore. These two teams have met previously twice before. Once in group play where Las Vegas won that matchup 3-1 over the defending national champions, and back in the National League Red Division where Baltimore defeated Las Vegas 2-1. In that National League matchup to open group play, it was Morales and Stitz, the goal scorers for Baltimore, and Dylan Sorsman, the lone goal scorer for downtown Las Vegas. And it was Las Vegas who ended up finishing first in group play, while Baltimore finished second. Las Vegas went 3-0-0, Baltimore 2-1-0. That ball a little bit misplayed from Smythe. A chance to counter here for Baltimore. The whistle is blown, though. It'll be a free kick by this near side. And hopefully at the bottom of the page you are watching right now, you will find the link to watch the trophy presentation that will take approximately 15 minutes after the conclusion of this national championship match. Well, while the audio was off, I went through and I listed all of the Division I collegiate commits on both sides of the team. I don't really know if I want to do that again, so I'll just mention them as the names come across. But downtown Las Vegas ended up advancing here to the final by way of beating West Coast FC 2-0 in yesterday's semifinal at 7 a.m. here on Field 7. The two goal scorers in that matchup, C.J. Neville in the 57th minute and Nico Dongman putting one in the back of the net 10 minutes later. Right now, it'll be Jesus Gonzalez taking this free kick. Puts this one in the box, headed out by Gielen. This one stays high, just outside the 18. Gonzalez keeps it in the offensive half. And Miller comes over to it. Baltimore Celtic defeated Washington Premier 2-0 in their matchup yesterday. Both of those goals coming courtesy of Justin Gielen, who has 6 goals at these national championships. Gielen, one of the most versatile players in the country in his age group, committed to the University of Maryland. And I'm a graduate of Indiana University, so I'm familiar with the Maryland men's soccer team, and that is one special program to be going to. Their keeper, by the name of Dane St. Clair, in my opinion, has a bright future. Just imagine someone like Odell Beckham Jr. playing soccer. Odell Beckham Jr. actually is pretty good at soccer. Here is Baltimore now. McCarthy, marked closely. Sends one to the far side of the 18, headed out by Turk. And this will be a throw-in. Gielan with a strong arm, but he connects with Jacob Mays. Mays has been tested early and often in this first match, rather in this first half in the first 13 minutes. Had 3 saves in the first 2.5 minutes alone. Here is Gonzalez. The defense, though, looking very solid for Baltimore. Baltimore trying to become back-to-back national champions. Moving out was Stitz. McCarthy. Arredondo, central for Gonzalez. Pushing it back. Herrera keeping this one low. Intended for Dongman. Dongman did not start in yesterday's semifinal. He did today. Dragicix. Dongman challenging and winning. The tackle won by Baltimore. Feeds it off. McCarthy is up ahead, goes wide for Stitz. Stitz with the slide, and that will be going the other way. Stitz and Gielan, the 2 names up top you want to look out for. Ben Stitz is the only other goal scorer for Baltimore Celtic in this national championships. Justin Gielan has all of the other goals. Stitz did have 2 assists to Gielan yesterday, though. He's been very active. For Las Vegas, they've been scoring all around. Gonzalez has 2, Neville has 3. Dongman has 1, Tegan Jarvis has 2 as well. Davis looking up ahead for McCarthy. He fires one, and that one goes just over the post. He was close to being offside. He stayed on and just flicked that one a little high. Another look at that last sequence. Davis doing a good job of looking ahead, getting the feed from his teammate, and an opportune chance there for Devin McCarthy. Arredondo to Dongman. Defenders holding a close mark. CJ going out. Davis, before that one is deflected by Sorsman. Stitz now to Gielan, going wide. The cross inside, McCarthy will not be able to keep it in play. Here is Neville, given back to McCarthy. Gielan was calling for it. An errant pass, Luke Davis, tripped up. Looking up ahead, it'll be Brandon Knapp controlling it now before he goes and gives it to Ryan Miller. Miller won the 2017 National Championships Golden Glove. While the defense for Baltimore has conceded 5 goals in this tournament so far. This ball goes in. Dongman was there near side. CJ Neville coming down with it. He gives a cross. So Baltimore once again finishing 2-1-0, second in Group B A recap of their matches: they started things off with a 2-1 win over Sparta. It was Ben Stitz who netted the game winner in the 84th minute. Justin Geelan has scored every goal since then for Baltimore. They had a 2-1 win to follow that up over the Michigan Jaguars. The Jags equalized in the 75th minute, but Geelan netted the game winner in minute 82. And then in that 3-1 loss to downtown Las Vegas, Geelan provided an 80th minute goal. And Geelan once again with both goals in the 2-0 win over Washington Premier yesterday. Here he is, feeding it off. Stitz was offside, though. For downtown Las Vegas, on the other hand, they started things off with a 3-0 win over Michigan, following that up with a 2-0 win over Sparta and a 3-1 win over the defending national champions. And then the 2-0 win over West Coast FC yesterday. The goal scorers for Las Vegas in that matchup against Baltimore were John Lynham, Tegan Jarvis, and Jesus Gonzalez. Baltimore making it back to the national championships by way of winning the National League Red Division. They scored 25 goals there. That was 2 goals behind West Coast FC. And they only conceded 5. Here is Dragicic. Going down. There was Stitz before it's cleared. CJ Neville. Looking up ahead, he connects with Lynham. Lynham on the run. Moving in, too hard on the touch. For downtown Las Vegas, they made it to the national championships by way of winning the Far West Regional Champions. They struggled mightily to pick up that championship, fought through adversity. Right now, here's Baltimore. McCarthy fires one, easy save for Mays. In the Far West Regionals, downtown Las Vegas won in penalty kicks in the quarterfinals, and then in the semifinal matchup, they came back from 2-0 to win 3-2. It was Ethan Kovac who had 2 goals and netted the game winner in the 89th minute. And then going into the finals, the team was down 1-0 going into the half, conceding a goal just before halftime. And then Estrada equalized in the 49th minute, and CJ Neville with the game winner in the 90th. In search of our first goal here, almost 22 minutes through this first half. Baltimore controlled much of the first portion of this first 22 minutes. But recently, downtown Las Vegas has gained some momentum back, and they have had a few chances. Liam Connors, the head coach for Las Vegas, will be making his first substitution. Ethan Kovac will be coming on. Making way for him will be Dylan Sorsman. Looking up for McCarthy. He is marked by Muniz. McCarthy looking ahead now before that one is headed out by Herrera. Baltimore players not happy with that whistle. Well, head coach Barry Stitz for Baltimore had some interesting words after yesterday's game over Washington Premier. He said that he knows that the team has had a target on their back all year because they are the defending national champions. But having been here before, we know the level we're going to compete against. He mentioned that yesterday's game was the best game they played all year, rather at these national championships, but he told his team after the game that it's going to take an even better effort than yesterday, to beat the Nevada side here this morning. And so far, we've seen many offensive chances created for Baltimore. And I didn't get a chance to watch that game yesterday because it was at the same time as this Las Vegas and West Coast FC game. But anytime you can win 2-0 in the semifinals shows you're good. The in-swinger, that one is put down by Mays. He had a hard time coming up with it before he finally does. McCarthy being aggressive. Here's Muniz. Looking up, staying on Baltimore's offensive half before Gonzalez now has it. And search for C.J. Neville, and this ball is kicked on to field 8 behind us. Smythe. Nothing going right now. Stitz running after it. McCarthy is there. He got a foot on it. The challenge on Smythe. And McCarthy right now feeling like the Energizer Bunny. He just continues to keep running and challenging the ball. Right now, the player down in the midfield for Baltimore is Brandon Knapp. We'll take another look at exactly what made Knapp go to the ground. Headed up by C.J. Neville, colliding, and it looked like maybe some part of the right side of his head. Can't confirm that, though, but he does stay in the match. They will have a free kick. Off the head of Dragicic. Dragicic again around. Gielen. Stitz, far side. Marked closely by Turk. And Turk doing a good job defensively. McCarthy going back to Privet. Going into the middle for Dragicic. Turning it over to C.J. Neville. Gonzalez had one player behind him. Kovac now. Nifty moves, getting it to C.J. Neville, near side. Arredondo now over to Gonzalez. Gonzalez thought about pushing that one ahead. He feeds it back to Herrera. Slowly waiting for their offense to develop. And right now, nowhere to go. The players for Baltimore are collapsing in. A chance there. That one was taken away briefly by Andrew Privet. before this one gets pushed into the offensive half for Las Vegas. And you can really see the difference between these two teams as Herrera is now down for Las Vegas. And we're going to be able to take another look at exactly what made Herrera go down. See the ball on the far side. The challenge coming in, he was tripped up. It looked like Dragicic might have been the one who was involved. But Herrera does not look good now as head coach Liam Connors joins him near the midfield line. We actually have one other look, I believe might be a little bit closer. Herrera just trying to dribble it up, the ball coming over. And it's not something you like to see. Not something you hope for either, so. While Herrera is being tended to, these players will take a break, and I'm going to step away briefly while the situation gets sorted out, so make sure to stick with us here at the U.S. Youth Soccer National Championships. 29-30 through this first half, the score 0-0 between Baltimore Celtic. So Julian Herrera, as you can see, will have to be carted off of the field in this national championship match. All his teammates were gathered around him, making sure that he's in good spirits. That's got to be a struggle for anyone to come this far and to have to leave when you want to be out there the most. You can see everyone, though, is letting Julian Herrera know that they will be playing for him for the remainder of this match. And you love to see that. Anthony Dragosix, who came over to salute Julian Herrera. Good sportsmanship there. Something that you love to see from the other side. Unintentional play. He was just going after the ball, and sometimes things like that happen. That's the dangers of playing sports. Injuries, they occur. Now take our slow approach back to getting back to this 18U Boys National Championship between Las Vegas and Baltimore Celtic. The substitute coming on for Las Vegas will be Carson Smith. Looks like John Nolan will also come on as a substitute for Baltimore Celtic. Luke Davis just came off the pitch for the team in white. So Herrera now in the cart making his way off. That'll finally give way to get things going back here on Field 7 outside of the Toyota Soccer Center. We stop play for about 6.5 minutes or so. They will have a lot of stoppage time, injury time to play through. Now we're into the back into the rhythm of things. Right now in the midfield, Smith got his first touch. He's taken down. McCarthy once again now has possession before he trips over the ball. Privet looking wide for Gielan. Turk is the marker. Gielan moving in. He fires. That one saved by Mays. McCarthy is around before it's cleared up by Smith. Another save here in this first half from Jacob Mays. Mays, who had 3 saves in the first couple of minutes, has been challenged many times in this first half so far. Came up big as well in their first win in group play over Michigan. Despite the fact that it was a 3-0 win, he came up in the clutch to keep the clean sheet. He has 3 shutouts here in this tournament so far. Stitz off the back of his head. Gielan wanted a foul to be called. Here is Smythe now. McCarthy off the feet of Smythe. Going central, Gonzalez. Into the middle for Kovac. Gielan around him. Has to go backwards. Gonzalez again. Feeding it up for Lynham. Carson Smith with the slide tackle. He wins, fighting for possession. There is Smith. Good challenge there from 6 and Navy. Gonzalez to Smith. A little bit of aggressive on that second touch, though. Lynham takes the ball. He has a run going for him. Going in, the slide tackle there, moving in. That one is kicked out. He was hoping to find Dongman inside the box. Good defensive play, though, from Jordan Ehart on Baltimore's side. Another substitute to be made here for Las Vegas. It appears that Lynham will be coming off. And coming on for Las Vegas will be Jamie Ayala. Sanchez tried to rise up to get that ball. John Nolan couldn't connect with anyone, though. Baltimore and the 2014 National Championships finished in 3rd place. In 2015, they went 0-0-3 in group play. State champions in 2017 and 2018 and defending national champions currently. Looking up ahead, will Neville get there? Miller comes out of net. Kovac, Dongman, being headed around back to Kovac. Moving wide, looking to go in. Fires one away. That one goes to the left and behind the net of Miller. Las Vegas struggling to find chances. Good looks on the net. Kovac thought he had a good look there. From way far out, he put a good rip on it. And another substitution here for Las Vegas coming on. Juan Estrada. Nico Dongman coming off. Here's Kovac. Estrada with his first touch. Gonzalez trying to keep it on their offensive half. Kovac takes it away, makes a move to get past. Kovac fires, and that one just misses the net. Kovac trigger happy right now. Back-to-back shots, missing very closely both times. Another look at that last shot from Kovac. Coming across, moving in, and that one going past Miller. So Las Vegas has struggled to find their rhythm in this first half, but in the past couple minutes, Ethan Kovac has injected some life into this team. Finding a way to move on after the devastating injury to Julian Herrera. Here's Arredondo, taken away by Stitz. They have numbers. Stitz now with the cross, keeping it low, headed out by Smythe. He was intending that ball for Privet. Gathered up by Nolan. Moving into Stitz. Defenders all around. Slide tackle by Privet. A little bit of an extracurricular shove by Gonzalez, I believe. This will be going the other way. "90 seconds to go before stoppage time. We did have an extended break due to the Herrera injury. We were off for about 6.5 minutes or so. Ball in, going towards one of the players inside before Mays has it. And right now, tension's starting to rise here in this national championship match. Both teams seeking their chances offensively, playing solid defensively. And right now, it just feels like the team that makes the first mistake will be the team to go down. Who will that be? Lenzer. Low cross in. Smythe is there. That one is short, though. Morales. Nolan. The cross inside again. Booted wide. The wind, though, blowing a little bit back. Kept it short. A chance to counter here for Las Vegas. Kovac. Morales was behind him. Comes near side for Neville. Gustavo. Gonzalez. Back to Gustavo. Now in injury time. We'll see how much is awarded. And right now it appears it'll be about 6 minutes. Retroactive to the 45-minute mark. Jesus Gonzalez plants this one near side. Neville around, that one off the head of Knapp. It is cleared up. Smythe. Carson Smith gives it to Gonzalez. Kovac now. We've seen him fire from distance. The challenge there won by Lenzer. Now it'll be Baltimore Celtic making a substitution after we take another look. Good defensive stand there from Lenzer, able to stick his foot in front of Kovac before that one is knocked over by Jamie Ayala. So coming on for Baltimore in these final minutes is Beto. Here is Beto as his first touches come along. Kovac intercepts. Ayala. Nothing going here for Las Vegas right now. Coming after him was Beto. Staying aggressive is Baltimore. Turk looks up ahead. It'll be a throw-in for Baltimore, though. Another sub here for Las Vegas. It is Tegan Jarvis. Baltimore has 7 goals here in these national championships. Las Vegas, meanwhile, has 10. So 17 goals between the two teams and nothing showing for it in this first half. Dragicic looking ahead for Gielan, too far ahead of the striker. Morales. Nolan now. Back to Morales. 2 defenders around, makes a move past Gustavo, fires a cross in before Mays cuts it off. Gonzalez in the midfield, being challenged by Privet. We should have about a minute to go here in stoppage time, plus or minus a few seconds. Kovac goes down. Will Las Vegas get a final good look before the half? Gielan. Right now, the momentum is virtually at an equilibrium point going into the half. Las Vegas will have the ball on a throw-in. Maybe they will get a chance to fire one away and take a little bit something going into the half. Rather, it will be a free kick because I believe a handball was called on Baltimore. So this could be the last possession here in this first half. Kovac will be taking it. Gives it low to Gonzalez. Gonzalez crosses this one in. The service headed out, and there is the final whistle. First half is over after 51 minutes of play. Baltimore, Las Vegas at a 0-0 stalemate going into the break. Go ahead and take our 10-minute halftime break or so. Make sure to stay tuned for more second half action when we come back here at the USU Soccer National Championships in this 18U boys division. Today's games are brought to you by AE Engine Media and Marketing, AmericanEagle.com, Bag Tags Inc., Bubba Burger, Cliff Kid, Dick's Sporting Goods, Expand a Brand Innovative Branding Solutions, Fusionetics, MLS, Nesquik, Nike, Just Do It, Positive Coaching Alliance, Better Athletes, Better People, Premier International Tours, Soccer Shots, Sunmade, Target, Turbo Sports Group, United Soccer Coaches, Wilson Trophy Company, and Yokohama. Thank you to all of our sponsors.
It was 1935, the year that Elvis and Sandy Koufax were born. It was a year of many firsts, including the first NFL draft, the first Monopoly board game went on sale, Social Security began, and Babe Ruth hit his last home run. In a addition to these milestones, the National Junior Challenge Cup was founded in 1935, offering a youth competition for young men in the United States. The cup was later named the James P. McGuire Cup, after the late U.S. soccer president, who himself was quite a standout in his earlier days, winning the U.S. Open Cup in 1929. McGuire would lead U.S. soccer and earn an international reputation as an excellent leader.
The Jim McGuire Cup was started in 1935. It was the only cup that the United States Soccer Federation had for youth players. And it was a very good competition, and I can tell you, I mean, this was the highlight of my soccer career to be a champion in 1954.
This storied cup, now the oldest trophy in youth sport.
It has a history, it has a meaning, I think it has tradition. So I think it's extremely important for our competitions, for all the age groups that kind of emulate the McGuire Cup.
Winning the McGuire Cup is huge, just because all that history that comes along with the oldest trophy in youth sports period, that's really big for us.
Who will write their name in the next chapter of the storied McGuire Cup?
Forget last year. It's gone. Ancient history. It's time to forget about failure and how you came up short, how you missed the mark. Yeah, it's time to forget about the man you should have marked, the run you should have made. Remember that shot you should have taken? Time to let it all go. Forget about it. It's time to go to work.
We are back here at the U.S. Youth Soccer National Championships. Getting ready to start half number 2 here between downtown Las Vegas and Baltimore Celtic. The first half ended in a 0-0 stalemate. Both teams looking to break through. Who will be the first one to strike? Yesterday, here on Field 7, I had the pleasure of calling the game between Las Vegas and West Coast FC, and our production tent is located right next to the bench of Las Vegas for the second day in a row. And yesterday I was able to listen in to what head coach Liam Connors had to talk about during the half, and his inspiring speech yesterday was pretty much saying that we can take it up a notch and they have to move the balls out wide and get one of their other players involved. Today was virtually around the same thing. He still thinks that there is another gear to this Las Vegas team that they can kick it up. And yesterday, coming into opening up the second half, things were starting to look good for Las Vegas before it was CJ Neville who struck through with a goal in the 57th minute that would act as the game winner. Nico Dongman also scored in the 67th minute. But today, Liam Connors' message to his team was they really need to come down with second balls a little bit more. That's where they need to be able to win. Watch out for the second balls, come away with them, and they need to look to cross, or they were looking to cross a little bit too much in that first half. He wants to, quote-unquote, see the players smash it in the back of the net. So we are underway here in this second half of the 18U Boys National Championship. Flipping sides, Stitz had that one. He was tripped up momentarily, feeding the ball around, windshield wiping it to the other side. That service sent in was intended for Geelan. We had a keeper change on the Baltimore side as well. Ryan Miller coming out, and it is Andrew Holt who's the new man in net for Baltimore Celtic. Arredondo tried to clear it up. Here is Privet now. Going far side for Stitz. Now the ball looking in for Geelan, the first touch. Rather, there's Anant Johnson. Now the other cross deflected. It'll be a corner kick off of the body of Dylan Sorsman. Celtic working quickly off the corners. Now taking their diligent time. Here's the in-swinger. It's low. Cleared. Overstepping it was Lynham. Here's Gonzalez feeding to Kovac. Kovac between one defender, trying to move past another, looking to go wide. He has to go back though. Neville almost got to it. Smythe keeps it up. Now a chance for the counter. Here's Stitz. Looking ahead for Geelan. He almost got there. Now a collision. The ball goes past. Geelan, that one fires off and hits the post. Another look. I didn't quite see how that ball got past Jacob Mays, but Geelan almost gave Baltimore the lead. So looking up ahead, that one goes past Turk. I don't even think he saw Geelan there. Geelan just kind of slipped through, got his right foot in there. It said, "Hey, how you doing?" to Vincent Turk. A lucky break there for Las Vegas. Here is the corner. The in-swinger off Geelan's head, and that one goes over the post. There were two defenders around for Las Vegas, and Jacob Mays as well, but I think from the replay, Mays was right on the edge of the 18, so I don't think he could have gone any further. You've got to be a little bit more aware of that, though. In the national championship game, you can't give up an easy goal like that. So Las Vegas is lucky to break away without going behind. Here's the triangular passing for Baltimore. And Turk goes up, and he gives a nice little hug to Luke Davis, unintentional. And a good chance there for Gonzalez before that one was cleared back up by Baltimore. A tackle. Turk still in play. It will be Vegas possession. Now a throw-in for Baltimore. Once again, if anyone needs to find a way to communicate with me throughout the duration of this match, you can do that through Twitter. Tweet me at Griff_Berg at GRIFF_BERG. If you need to correct me on something or let me know if there are any problems with the broadcast today, just go ahead and shoot me a tweet. Here's Davis. Looking for Lenzer. Lenzer moving in. One move, a little bit too much. Davis running up on the ball now. Feeding it to Nolan. Before that one is taken away, Kovac, and it was Knapp who was able to get a foot in there. So after a pretty quick start offensively to this first half, things have slowed down. Now 10.5 minutes through, or rather the second half, excuse me. Here is a chance. Morales was moving in. Las Vegas was going the other way. Gonzalez pushed it back, looking up ahead for Lynham. Lynham is fast. Will he get there? It appears so. Marked closely by Knapp, moving into the box. He's taken down. No whistle. Nolan now. Baltimore looking to counter. Here's Davis. Stitz. Intercepted. Smythe looking ahead for Kovac, just over the head of one of the defenders for Baltimore. Kovac moving in. Couple of moves, dribbling around, has to feed it back to Gonzalez. Here is Smythe. The ball intended for CJ. Nolan now looking to lead the counter. Up ahead, will Gielen get there? Yes, he will. One move, another one. Moving in, fires the shot, that one into Mays. He scoops it up. Gielen with 3 shots here in the second half already. Almost had a chance to put Baltimore on top after he snuck in past Vincent Turk shortly after the second half commenced. This will be a free kick. Working quickly. A low cross in. Rebounded. A chance for CJ Neville. No. And now there's a lot of commotion. A lot of the players for Las Vegas not too happy. CJ Neville was arguing the referee. And he is awarded a yellow card. Had a few too many words for the referee. But the tensions are high in this national championship match. Still in search of our first goal scorer. The boot on it from Holt. And that one missed by Turk. Gielen. Turk fended him off, and Mays came out for it. Here's Estrada, the marker. Gonzalez running after the ball now. Being pushed up. Las Vegas starting to play more aggressively. Here's Lenzer. Ball will not stay in. Well, I think through most of the first half, we definitely saw the differences in energy between the two teams. Baltimore came out red hot, but so far has really been Las Vegas here in the second half that has been controlling the momentum. That Baltimore team with a bevy of high Division I commits on their squad. Las Vegas also with some D1 players of their own. For Las Vegas, they have commits C.J. Neville to Loyola Marymount, John Lynham, UNLV, Nico Dongman, Lake Tahoe Community College, Tegan Jarvis, Occidental College, Dylan Sorsman also to UNLV along with Lynham, Jesus Gonzalez and Juan Arredondo to the College of Southern Nevada, Patrick Falkensammer, University of Laverne, Grant Smythe, Notre Dame de Namur University, Vincent Turk, Howard University, and Jacob Mays, Claremont McKenna Harvey Mudd Scripps Colleges. Here is Jesus Gonzalez. Lynham goes down. Wanted to move fast. Here is Kovac now on the run. That first touch a little bit too strong. They will have a throw-in though. Gonzalez, marked by Anant Johnson. Here's Lynham. Tripped up. Moving in, Lynham, headed out. Here's Sorsman with a low shot, still in the box, finally cleared up by Knapp. Once again, the ball, C.J. Neville is around, keeps it in play. Before that one is taken by Lenzer. Players go down, play goes on. A chance here for Baltimore on the counter. Stitz looking up ahead for Gielen. He'll track it down. No, he will not. One of the Baltimore players just taken down. I was looking away, so I did not get a good look at it. not what you want to see. We'll take a look at exactly what happened. I believe that was John Nolan for Baltimore. And he got hit at some part. It looks like the right side of the head, maybe. So Nolan is going to have to come out. You hope to see that he is all right. Meanwhile, Anthony Dragicic will be his sub. Right now, two lengthy injuries that we have seen, one from each side. But now we are getting back into the rhythm of things. So we'll start it off with a Las Vegas throw-in. All injuries are bad, and of course Julian Herrera had to be carted off back in the first half. But in today's day and age, with all the research that goes into it, you don't want to see anyone holding their head. Here is Jordan Ehart, who was looking up ahead. Now we'll see what Las Vegas can do. Off the head of Lynham. Now Baltimore will have a chance to control things. Once again, Baltimore getting down here to the national championships by way of winning the National League Red Division, where they went 5-0-1. Team that scored 25 goals. They were second in that regard, and they only conceded 5 during National League play. Downtown Las Vegas finished third in the National League Red Division, but they won the Far West Regional Championships. They only scored 8 goals at the Far West Regionals, but it was enough to get the job done, conceding just 2. Here's C.J. Neville, who won that challenge. Now looking in is Dongman. Back to Kovac. Good stand defensively there from Brandon Knapp. Here is Stitz, marked by Turk. Now looking up ahead, here's Dragicic, trying to connect with McCarthy. McCarthy wide. Another cross, this one near side. And I believe that will be a goal kick. Not sure if it went over the byline or the touch line. Rather, I guess it'll be a throw-in. Here is Dongman. Now Gonzalez. He went back to Sorsman. Smythe. Trying to go to Neville. That one blocked. Gonzalez now. The tackle here. Gielan. Now Privet. Privet low cross in. Gielan flicking that one in for Stitz, and that one off the post. Once again, another good look there from Baltimore. That is how scary those two are. Stitz and Gielan, out of nowhere, they can create offense. You see Gielan just a little bit of a flick, and right there, Stitz doing a good job to get away around his defender. Now the in-swinging corner off the hand of Mays, still in the box. McCarthy tripped on the ball before it is cleared up. Stitz had the 2 assists to Gielan yesterday in their semifinal win over Washington Premier. And taking his time to get up is Jose Muniz. Another look. Maybe he hit the shoulder of the Baltimore player. Another unintentional play, but still, a lot of players have gone down in this match. You love to see the physicality, though. I'll be honest, in this national championship game, you got to give it your all. You just hope that it doesn't go too far. And offside was called on Gonzalez. Slipping up. Slide tackle. Still with it is Privet. That one saved by Mays. Mays doing a stellar job in net for Las Vegas today. After this performance, I want to nickname him the Barricade. He has played amazingly here at these national championships, only conceding 1 goal, and that was to this Baltimore team on the final day of group play. Gielan sneaking up behind Arredondo. Arredondo goes the other way. Dragic hoping to connect with Stitz. Gielan gains possession. Spin move. Dongman won't get there. It's Knapp. Knapp running ahead. A slide tackle. Should be a whistle. Indeed it is. It was Sorsman. Another look as Knapp was making a run well out of his defensive position. Looks like Sorsman just clipped the feet. Taking the free kick will be Ehart. Here's the free kick, that one just to the right of the net. Another good strike there for Baltimore. But once again, oh so close. They just can't seem to catch a break. They've had a good look from Gielan. They've had a good look from Stitz. And now this free kick just missing its mark right over the post. Substitution just made for Las Vegas. Carson Smith coming on for Dylan Sorsman. Davis in there, fighting along with Stitz. McCarthy trying to gain possession. He does. McCarthy, he shoots. That one saved and scooped up by Mays. It looked like he got some defensive help from Grant Smythe. Oh my! Baltimore firing on all cylinders now. McCarthy doing a good job making a move. He had the open look. He got it past, and Smythe was there for the defensive help. Smythe and Mays have done tremendous for the Las Vegas side all day today. Knapp has been stellar for Baltimore. And now Carson Smith is down. The trainer's coming out. Another look at exactly what might have happened. It's a little bit far away. I couldn't still tell exactly what it was. We'll take another look. Try to find out exactly what happened. Give it a second here. All right, so now we are going to be taking one more look at exactly what might have happened. It looked like maybe it's his left ankle, some part of his left ankle he was holding, and indeed he is limping off with that. Smith just came on for Dylan Sorsman minutes ago. He's now the second player that has to come off for Las Vegas, along with Julian Herrera. On Baltimore's side, it was John Nolan who was holding his head earlier, and he had to come off. And that's just one of the negative perils of playing soccer, coming this far and playing this very physical game. Injuries are going to occur. The substitution for Las Vegas will be Jamie Ayala. And once again, we'll be getting things going here as the clock is winding down in this second half. We are now just 13 minutes remaining, not accounting for stoppage time. Ayala keeps that ball in play. Marked closely, though. It'll be a throw-in for Las Vegas. And Lynham electing to hold on to that ball while Andrew Privet was putting his boot back on. Maybe a handball by either one of the players. Turk trying to go through to Kovac. Battling along with Privet. Stitz getting past Gonzalez. Nice move. He has a lot of defenders around him, though. McCarthy running up on the left flank. Feeding that one off to Johnson. Gustavo Sanchez was there for the defensive help before it's cleared up. Here is Lynham now on the run. Push down, he stays with it though. Here's Lynham now with a shot, and that one just misses to the right. That's the second good look here for John Lynham in this second half. Here is another look at that last run. The ball put up perfectly. Lynham fighting off his defender. That is one he could be remembering for a little bit if Vegas does not come away with a goal in this second half. Both teams getting very opportune chances here. Who will be the first one to strike? Here's Gielan, marked by Turk. Turk proven to be a challenge. He'll elect for the throw-in. The third matchup between these two teams this season, each side winning once. The cross inside, that one pushed out by Sanchez. Here is Gonzalez. Line him up the near flank. Rather, that is CJ Neville who was tripped up. This will be going the other way. Ehart, Gielan, Mays coming out, and he gets there before 10 and White can reach it. A chance to run. Ayala. Knapp there for the deflection. Here's Smythe. McCarthy now. Haven't seen a lot of him in this second half. Stitz. The cross inside. Under 9 minutes in regulation, not accounting for stoppage time. Baltimore looking to run again. A move inside, just a little bit too aggressive, was Privet. Smythe, Stitz, Smythe. McCarthy keeps it in play. McCarthy again, hoping to service. Knapp. Kovac coming down with it. He was looking backwards, though. Couldn't connect with Dongman. Knapp again to Gielan. Knapp now running up. Gielan goes wide for Stitz. Marked by Arredondo, I believe. It'll be a throw-in. Low cross. Here is Johnson. Curling back in, the cross inside, headed out. Davis came down with it, a little bit of a deflection between two Las Vegas players. Could have called a handball. This one will go to Gielan. Crosses it low, right back into Mays. In group play, Stitz had a game winner in the 84th in the 2-1 win over Sparta. Gielan had a game winner in the 82nd in the 2-1 win over Michigan. Here is Dongman, finally back on the offensive half for Las Vegas. Making a move. For Las Vegas' side, back in the Far West Regionals in the semifinal match, Kovac had a game winner in the 89th. Neville had a game winner in the 90th. These teams have used late heroics before to steal a win. Will that be done today in this national championship game? Or will we need overtime? Gielan trying to move past Turk. Mays comes out again, though. Keeps this one shallow. Turk giving it back to the keeper. A chance to run. There's Gustavo Sanchez. Makes a move, trying to get past McCarthy, going in for Ayala. Neville. Ayala into Neville inside the box. Don't know where he was going with that ball, though. Smythe now coming up far ahead, doing his part, looking out wide for Kovac. Kovac with a chance to cross. This one low into Ayala. A couple players went down. This one cleared out. Kovac looking for Ayala, up to Knapp. Privet making a move to try to get past Gonzalez. Privet was held up a little bit, and the whistle will be blown. It'll be a free kick. Getting a little bit of water from the side. Privet is there to take the free kick. The service inside, headed out. Gielan there, but Mays comes with it. It looks like the flag went up. Las Vegas will be making a substitution. Coming on for the Navy Nevada side is Tegan Jarvis. Coming off, CJ Neville. Gielan and Turk. Turk has to send it over the touchline. Pushed inside the box. Gielan is there. Mays puts a hand on it, though. Mays once again coming up big in these final 90 seconds. Gielan almost with another chance. Another look as that ball was miraculously put in. Gielen, right place at the right time, but another tremendous save by Jacob Mays. The barricade. Here is Dongman now. Looking in for Lynham. He's fast. He gets there. He's tripped up. The whistle blown. Free kick on the way. The referee awarding the yellow card, I believe, to Brandon Knapp. Another look here showing the speed, and that one is actually going to be awarded for Brian Lenzer. Lynham splitting between two defenders to go after that ball. He has had himself a very stellar second half for Las Vegas. I believe the referee is holding up 3 minutes for stoppage time as well. This an excellent chance for Las Vegas. Jesus Gonzalez taking the free kick. He fires that one off the head. One of the lines still in there. That one just to the left of the net. The rebound shot coming courtesy of Tegan Jarvis. How close was that? Jarvis just getting around it too much. And it'll be tough for Las Vegas to get another good look like that in these remaining minutes. Here is Stitz, though. He fires one right to the center at Mays. Baltimore with an immediate counter at the net. Now the ball being played inside. Cleared up by Gonzalez. Jarvis trying to come down with it. Deflected away from Knapp's. Now here's Privet. Stolen by Gonzalez. Whistle blown, free kick coming up. Here is Dongman. Marked by Davis for Kovac inside the box. Kovac still fighting for it at the top of the 18. Spinning around, going along. Taken down, nothing there. The defense, courtesy of Anthony Dragicic. Nifty move from McCarthy to get around. Gustavo Sanchez gets around him. McCarthy moving in. This ball being fed off the shot once again right in the center at Mays. Time winding down. Looking up for Ayala. Off the head of Knapp. Down to Kovac for Lynham. Lynham decides to shoot. That one is a soft roller into the hands of Holt. This could be the final possession. It rolls past Privet, a throw-in up for Las Vegas now. Maybe they will have the final play. There is the final whistle. That is it for regulation. Overtime is needed to decide the champion of this 18U boys division. We'll go ahead and take our little short break before we come back here. What an exciting final few minutes that was between Las Vegas and Baltimore. Who will be crowned the national champion? Stay tuned here on this broadcast presented to you by Turbo Sports Group at the U.S. Youth Soccer National Championships. Today's games are brought to you by AE Engine Media and Marketing, AmericanEagle.com, Bag Tags Inc., Bubba Burger, Cliff Kid, Dick's Sporting Goods, Expand a Brand Innovative Branding Solutions, Fusionetics, MLS, Nesquik, Nike, Just Do It, Positive Coaching Alliance, Better Athletes, Better People, Premier International Tours, Soccer Shots, Sunmade, Target, Turbo Sports Group, United Soccer Coaches, Wilson Trophy Company, and Yokohama. Thank you to all of our sponsors.
It was 1935, the year that Elvis and Sandy Koufax were born. It was a year of many firsts, including the first NFL draft, the first Monopoly board game went on sale, Social Security began, and Babe Ruth hit his last home run. In addition to these milestones, the National Junior Challenge Cup was founded in 1935, offering a youth competition for young men in the United States. The cup was later named the James P. McGuire Cup, after the late U.S. soccer president, who himself was quite a standout in his earlier days, winning the U.S. Open Cup in 1929. McGuire would lead U.S. soccer and earn an international reputation as an excellent leader.
The Jim McGuire Cup was started in 1935. It was the only cup that the United States Soccer Federation had for youth players. And it was a very good competition, and I can tell you, I mean, this was the highlight of my soccer career, to be a champion in 1954.
This storied cup, now the oldest trophy in youth sport.
It has a history, it has a meaning, I think it has tradition. So I think it's extremely important for our competitions, for all the age groups that kind of emulate the McGuire Cup.
Winning the McGuire Cup is huge, just because all that history that comes along with the oldest trophy in youth sports period, that's really big for us.
Who will write their name in the next chapter of the storied McGuire
90 minutes down, 30 to go in this 18U Boys National Championship final. Downtown Las Vegas, Baltimore Celtic, who will be crowned the national champion, couldn't find the winner in the first 90 minutes, although those last few minutes were as exciting as ever. Both teams getting very good looks on goal. No one could get the final strike, though. And we are underway here in overtime now. 2 15-minute periods, including stoppage time in each. Baltimore trying to get settled in quickly. Off the foot of Jarvis. Johnson with the throw-in to McCarthy before it's cleared up by Smythe. Once again, if we do have any more problems during this broadcast, or if there's something I miss, if you want to correct me on something, you can go ahead and tweet at me at Griff_Berg. That's at GRIFF_BERG. That's the easiest and fastest way to communicate with us. Jacob Mays had an incredible game so far. Coming up very clutch, some big-time saves. And he might have to make another one here. Here's a shot. Stitz on the way. That one goes past Mays. Oh, my. Just at the beginning of overtime, Ben Stitz puts Baltimore in the lead. The old broadcaster's jinx. Jacob Mays had a one-on-none here with Ben Stitz. Ben Stitz finally finding a way to put it into the back of the net after multiple good chances throughout this match. And now Baltimore is ahead on top in just the 92nd minute, 2 minutes into this extra period. Stitz netted the game winner in the group play matchup over Sparta in the 84th minute. He may have just done it here in the national championship. Tripped up was Dongman. And that is maybe the third or fourth time today that both teams have had a one-on-none opportunity, just the keeper in front of them, but the first time that either side has been able to strike the back of the net. Here now is the recently subbed in Patrick Falkensammer getting his first action today, starting this overtime period. Baltimore won the very first matchup between these two teams back in the National League Red Division. Las Vegas won the most recent matchup on day 3 of group play here at the National Championships. Chasing after it is C.J. Neville along Brian Lenzer. Lenzer has one yellow card. Already a little bit of a shakeup between the two players. This will be a free kick coming up for Las Vegas. And a very timely spot as well. Another look. Lenzer and Neville going after it. And I believe that was where it was called because Lenzer was kneeling and hovering over the ball. Both players were getting physical. Here is the service inside off the head of one of the Baltimore players and cleared out. Gustavo Sanchez. Here is Privet. McCarthy in front. Looking up for Stitz. Arredondo there as well. Stitz will let it roll over. McCarthy elected not to go after the ball. Here is Jesus Gonzalez. Dongman now. Marked by Privet. Dongman up the right flank. Privet holding a close marker still. This will be a corner. Gustavo Sanchez will be taking it. The outswinger, this one stays low. Now the rebound shot. Bevy of defenders around. Sanchez again, ball in the air. On the edge of the 18, Falcon Sammer was fighting for it. McCarthy will come down with it. Trying to find Gielan in the middle. Gonzalez looking the other way. Turk to Neville. Lenzer there again. Neville. There is Knapp now. Knapp has had a very good game defensively. Also taken his time and had a few chances to run up with the offense. Halfway through this overtime period. Smythe. Falcon Sammer. Dongman. It'll be a throw-in right in front of our production tent for Baltimore. Johnson has it. Over the head of Gielan. Stitz is there for backup. Dribbles to the corner. 3 defenders around. Gielan putting it right in the middle of the box for McCarthy. The shot from Stitz. Another chance here. This ball still inside the 18. Go for the BC Clayta. That is off the face. And oh my. The ball was being floated around in here. McCarthy goes for the bicycle kick, and that is straight off of the face of Juan Arredondo. Right now, the yellow card is awarded for McCarthy. You were wondering why there wasn't a card awarded at all. He does get a yellow. And this will be the third player that would have to come off for Las Vegas's side. They've already lost Julian Herrera in the first half and Carson Smith in the second. In a good effort of sportsmanship, Devin McCarthy just came over to the Nevada side's bench. And he gave a word to the assistant coach, O'Carroll, that he said that he didn't mean to. Arredondo was just there after he attempted the kick. And from watching the replay, I mean, of course you can tell, I don't think it was intentional at all. He was trying to make an acrobatic goal. That was the only thing he did. Now he comes over to Arredondo and he gives him a high five, says my bad. It's something that you hate to see, but you love to see the good sportsmanship stay alive in this matchup. So unintentional, McCarthy still awarded the yellow card. And now Las Vegas will have to find a way to rebound. Here's a chance to run for Vegas. It's Tegan Jarvis. Trying to move in, intended for Estrada. Gustavo Sanchez gives way for CJ Neville. Trying to go in past his defender, Privet. Here is Baltimore coming the other way. Stitz slows it down, feeds it into the middle for Dragosix. Gielen. And Las Vegas was just playing with 10 men. Right in front of us, Juan Arredondo was getting tended to. He has now just come back on the pitch. Had a little bit of blood that he had to wash off. He was waved off by the trainers. He is fine, so now he is the defender right in front of Ben Stitz. This ball going in, Gielen Turk is there too. Falkensammer now. Stitz again. Gonzalez the defender. Off of the back of Arredondo. Ball going the other way. So you love to see how fast Arredondo can rebound. And now, a lot going on. Juan Gonzalez now shoving Ben Stitz. And there's going to be a yellow card awarded for Gonzalez, I believe. A lot was just happening right there. Here is another look at exactly what was going on. The first foul, Gonzalez and Stitz had a couple of words exchanged. And then Dongman went down in a collision with another player. Gonzalez fires back. And then Stitz and Gonzalez get in a shoving match. Gonzalez was awarded the yellow card just then. High five to Stitz, though. Yeah, I just want to say this. Making note, anyone who's watching on the Las Vegas side, you watched the match yesterday, hopefully, between Vegas and West Coast FC. And West Coast FC just made some dirty plays, I may say, and they did not show their sportsmanship. Right here, you see the two teams competing. Las Vegas still down 1-0, fighting along, and they are still giving high fives. They're showing that they're competing in this match, and they are respecting each other. That is what you want to see. For anyone on the Vegas side, that's all I'll say about that. Geelan looking up ahead. Here's McCarthy. He'll have a chance, tries to cross it in. That one off of Smythe. Smythe running up. Davis slides down. That one was close. Here's Dongman now with a chance to run on the counter. Here now, Lynham running after it. Shoved down, though, by Johnson. The ball went over the byline, though, so it'll be a goal kick. Wasn't able to see how much stoppage time we have, but we can take another look at that last run. Lynham and Johnson running after the ball. A little bit of an extra shove from Johnson. Vegas again with another chance. Moving in, Sanchez goes down. He will get a free kick. In the waning minutes of this first overtime period, we will have another 15-minute period after this one. There were 3 minutes of stoppage time awarded. So just a few yards outside of the 18, a good chance here for Vegas. Turk and Lynham are around, as is Jesus Gonzalez. Gonzalez has been taking most of the kicks. He feeds this one off the head, and this one will be a corner. Doing the job. The second time a free kick has been blocked by the Baltimore side. Gonzalez, the outswinger. This one far side and top of the 18, headed in, around the bicycle kick chance. That one over the post. So coming up on what should be the end of stoppage time, Baltimore might get one more chance here. The whistle is blown. That'll be the end of the first 15-minute period, another 15 to go. But Ben Stitz, so far with the difference maker, netting one in the 92nd minute. Will Baltimore be crowned back-to-back national champions? Make sure to stick around. We'll be back in a few minutes here from Frisco. We are back here after that brief intermission between the two 15-minute periods. So 105 minutes down, 15 more to go. A lot of collisions, 2 already here in these first few seconds. Play goes on, though. Things are going to start getting a lot more physical as Vegas is in search of the equalizer. Here's the chance. Estrada running up. Coming out is Holt. So the first 15-minute overtime period started off very fast. This one does for Las Vegas as Juan Estrada almost came away with it. Holt doing his part, coming out of the net, risking his body to keep and preserve that 1-0 lead. The goal from Ben Stitz in the 92nd minute coming courtesy of a 1-on-none situation with keeper Jacob Mays. He was able to fire the ball right to the right of Mays' body. Neville and Johnson. Here is Stitz now with another shot, and there another one. Stitz giving Baltimore a 2-0 lead. Once again striking 2 minutes into an extra time period. You cannot script this, what Ben Stitz is doing. Justin Geelan has been the main goal scorer here for Baltimore, but that ball laid right into the feet of Stitz, going to the right of Mays again. That time with the left foot. Baltimore on their way to becoming back-to-back national champions. For Stitz, his third goal here, his third goal at the national championships. And once again, hopefully you will be able to find the link to the award ceremony at the bottom of the page where you are streaming this match right now. Here's Kovac now, who wants to fire one, and that one goes over the post. That one, Kovac, who was fired from way far beyond the 18 many times here today, almost connecting. Another look from Kovac. Another good strike. And again, the link to watch the award ceremony after this match, which will start approximately 15 minutes at the conclusion of this game, should be able to find the link at the bottom of your page. If not, it should be on the Tournament Championships homepage. Here is Lynham, dribbling to the corner. Move inside, no teammates are around though. Stitz was calling for the ball on the near side. Smythe with the tackle. And while I bet Ben Stitz is incredibly happy that he has the 2 goals here for Baltimore, there's no doubt in my mind that no one is happier than head coach and father Barry Stitz. To see his son do what he has done in extra time. Las Vegas has about 10.5 minutes to try to equalize. Smythe marking on the far side. Another cross going in. Gielan was there. That one headed right into Mays. Neville going across the way, connecting with Lynham. Going back into the middle, but instead he connects with Dragicic. Looking up, Dragicic here. Deflected by Arredondo. Kovac, right flank. Neville, Johnson the defender. Neville moving in. Ayala was there before that one was kicked over the far touchline by Beto. Trying to cross it in. That one, Ayala was there, goes past Holt's hands, but he has the scoop on the second attempt. Coming close to it once again was Estrada. Las Vegas has come back down, or has come back from being down 2-0 before. Once again in the semifinals of the Far West Regional Championships. Kovac provided 2 goals there and netted the game winner in the 89th minute. A much different situation here, though, as they will need 2 in the next 8 or 9 minutes or so. Here is Ayala. Will not get there. McCarthy in the middle. Privet. Taking their time, controlling possession. Morales loses his footing. Gonzalez now with the ball. McCarthy. Looking for Gielan. Smythe the marker. Whistle. Free kick coming up. Another look as Gielan was taken down by Smythe. Sticking the right hand on his torso. The service inside. Gielan, Stitz. The flag goes up though. Taken quickly away. Now Dongman fighting through 2 defenders. Being given up to Ayala. Ayala. Ball now going the other way. It's Ian McDonald who cleared that one up. Under 5 to go in this national championship. Kovac moving in. They have some numbers. But doing a good job defensively, getting a foot in there was Andrew Privet. And just as it seemed Vegas might have a chance, now it is Baltimore on the counter. Gielan going near side to McDonald. McDonald again, chasing after it is Lenzer. Lenzer keeping the ball, moving in, taken down by Arredondo. On a sight you like to see from the Nevada side, Julian Herrera just crutched himself over back to his bench. The player who was taken out in the first half with a lower left leg injury got bandaged up, gave some crutches, and he crutched himself down the near touchline going over to his bench. So good to see that he made his way back over. Three minutes to go, not accounting for stoppage time. It is still enough time for Vegas to make something happen and equalize. They need to keep on fighting. But Baltimore right now in prime position to win their back-to-back national championship. Arredondo heads it. Smythe tries to push it up. McCarthy sends it that way. Another goal kick now. Baltimore controlling all possession recently. Taken down in the midfield, a free kick on the way. Dongman moving quickly to line him. Going central for Ayala. Ayala still there, wins the challenge, goes back to Lynham. The service inside, has a couple teammates in there before it's defended out. Lynham again. Two defenders around. Far side of the 18, rather in the middle before it's headed out. Then McCarthy puts a head on it. Arredondo now. Kovac sliding, loses possession. Gielan was tripped up. McDonald in for Gielan. He fires a shot. That one's saved by Mays before it gets deflected into the net. Got a hand on it, and now Gielan, 7 goals at the national championship, all but putting the final touches on it. After Gielan was tripped up, McDonald, his first touch, giving it right back. The one-time shot, Mays came a little too far out, got his hand on it, but Gielan throws up the arms and helps give Baltimore Celtic another national championship title. Unless somehow miraculously Las Vegas can put 3 in the back of the net here in these final minutes. The ball goes inside. Ben Stitz netted it in the 92nd minute, just 2 minutes into the first extra time period, and then 2 minutes into the second 15-minute period in the 107th minute. Justin Geelan just a minute ago. Here comes Vegas, a shot, and that one just goes to the left of the net from Estrada. That could have mightily changed things. Another look at that chance that was come away. Ayala ahead for Estrada. As the replay goes, the final whistle blows. Baltimore Celtic, back-to-back national champions. Stitz with 2, Geelan with the 3rd. Geelan was on the best 11 team last year and received the Golden Ball. He will again this year in the 18U division. Baltimore with their 2nd consecutive national championship. You should find the link to the trophy ceremony located at the bottom of the page you are watching this game on. That will take place in approximately 15 minutes. They couldn't get it done in the first 90. They needed an extra 30, but Baltimore once again pulling through. That will finish things off here in the 18U boys division. Griffin Weinberg signing off for one final time, but we will come back here in a short time for the 15U girls national championship on field number 7. Thank you everyone for tuning in to the USU Soccer National Championships here in Frisco, Texas.